will look to play more of a counterattack and get the ball to Vega and Lozano and using their speed.
Lionel Messi on the ball for the first time. Coronado meets him, but he gets it away. Here come Argentina up the left. Acuña's cross into the middle. Sails over the target. Sent away by Gallardo. Angel Di Maria. Chops it back on Gallardo. Di Maria. The ball trying to find somewhere to go with it. And that cross was blocked by the captain, Coronado.
All right, here we go. What's up, guys? Big match today, of course. Lionel Messi must win.
Guardado tries to get closer, and then two defenders come, and is able just to toe it away before Chavez and Chucky Lozano could get a touch on that ball. A big key for Mexico is going to be 1v1 defending. When Argentina have the ball wide and they're sizing them up, trying to put crosses into the box.
What's up, Jaguar? How are you, man?
Like Saudi Arabia did, force him into.
Who do you guys think? What do you guys think the final score will be?
Easy for the center backs to defend.
I definitely think, to be honest, I think Argentina is going to win. I think they have too much experience against South and Central American teams. But this one will be interesting because Mexico won't be intimidated. Mexico won't come into this game in awe of Messi or the other players on the pitch. You know, Mexico will come here. They will play with spirit. I think Mexico underachieves a lot for a nation that's obsessed with football and a nation that has so many people. Mexico's league should be as big and as popular, as the Brazilian league, and their team should be as good as Argentina and Brazil. There's no excuse. You know, they have the population size. They love football the same way people do in Brazil and Argentina. So I've always felt that Mexico should be an elite footballing nation. Here's a chance for them on the break. My stream is freezing. All right, he's staying on his feet. Oh, the referee brings it back. What's up, Wamed? How you guys doing? Thanks for coming on the stream. I'm going to be live streaming during the World Cup a bit. This is just a preview of things to come in this match. The longer this game goes on, the feistier it's going to get. What's up, Villa? Good to see you again. That is a foul, to be fair.
It's a foul.
Initially, I was upset, but the elbow is there. But let me know in the chat, guys, your predictions for this match. I can see being like 3-1 to Argentina, but my predictions have not been so good this World Cup.
How are you handling a night, an occasion, a game like this?
You know, players are going to be nervous, of course.
Had to watch your stream. Appreciate it, man.
Stay calm. This is a situation which referees will always penalize.
I might start streaming some video games soon.
What's interesting is I think
I'm thinking of maybe I will stream a Become a Legend, right? Because I think I'm gonna do a FIFA, my player on the channel. I'm thinking to do that next. But I was thinking I can maybe have a series that's FIFA that comes out in terms of episodes on the channel. But I can live stream a Become a Legend series. And then later on, I could always put that series together and put it out as videos as well. But I was thinking to do that. So I might be doing some more live stuff in the future, getting into it a bit more here.
So now the players will get back to the game and we can start the play. But it's interesting that I've refereed these two teams before and I know how they play. They'll try and get in under the referee's skin. But it's now... That's why an Italian referee is in charge of this, because he will be strong. Yeah, I used to try that with you, Mark, but you were having none of it.
Montiel is back out there. It certainly did settle things down, at least until the next moment, and it rolls back up.
Ahaha. I don't blame you. I don't blame you, Villa.
Trying to get back to that one, it does. Alexis Vega's got Gallardo inside, into the middle of the field. Clearance only as far as Hector Herrera. And they'll chase it back.
Alright, this game is heating up. Let's see.
Right it comes. Kevin Alvarez, you heard Rodolfo talking about his nerves coming into this one in his World Cup debut. The age of 23.
I love this match. The atmosphere. This feels like a proper World Cup match. You can feel it.
Chucky Lozano. Sandro Martinez for company, Mexico court.
It was a good spell for Mexico there. Playing with the two strikers, Vega and Lozano. They were getting pressure on the Argentina center backs. They win the ball back. They get the ball off to Paul.
Gets a corner here.
Get around to that right-hand side. Then Chucky Lozano, not much he can do there, so he's just trying to force the challenge to win a corner, which they've done. Now they've got a right-footed player and a left-footed player out for the corner, so trying to just have a bit of deception whether it's going to be an in-swinging ball.
Aha, you bet on Argentina?
And that will come
What's up, Nimbus? How you doing, man?
And dictate the runs that you will see within the box.
Chavez runs past Vega. Right
Poor
to
corner. Keep it in, keep it in.
Able to win it back. Someone got a foot in, and Vega chased that down. Andres Guardado did not play against Poland, becoming tonight the sixth man to play in 5 different World Cups.
That's a foul.
Messi and Ronaldo on that list, along with 2 other Mexican players.
Montiel on Chucky.
Lozano is fouled.
Man, Chucky Lozano has had some of the worst injuries in recent years. It's been really unfortunate. They're doing well with Napoli now. Look how well Napoli doing. They played like 15 matches, I think, in Serie A and won 13. Incredible. Let's see if they can hold it up for the second half of the season. Kavica Kvaratskhelia. That guy is so good. I'm a big fan of Victor Osimhen as well.
It's a high line here from Argentina. I mean, they're about
Argentina with their high line here, like Saudi Arabia did to beat them.
There's a lot of space they're leaving behind.
Whipped in, back post. That's not bad. Okay.
Got the first touch. Couldn't find a teammate in the back post.
Yeah, they left far too big a gap for Chavez to bend this one in. And Montez ends up getting a touch on it and almost picks out the green shirt at the back post. Crashing the box, slight deflection.
Yep. Falklands War. Yeah, Cavara and same player. Yep, the Falcons. And of course, El Mano del Dios. Hand of God. Diego Maradona, infamously defeating England illegally with the hand of God.
Guido Rodriguez talking because Guido Rodriguez had tried to call Rodrigo de Paul off that one to leave the ball. You think you can
That's their last.
Absolutely not.
That's Argentina's last World Cup title, isn't it?
Where communication and body language and using your hand signals is maybe more important than trying to talk to a teammate just because you can barely hear anything.
Series onto the referee. Put it right in there on Luis Chavez there as he was arguing the foul call. Argentina's won the 3 prior meetings between the teams. One of them came in 1930. The other 2 more recent. It's a late shot by Guardado and DePaul, and he sort of just stares him down. Mexico, just 1 win the last 18 times they've played Argentina. That's a stretch of 3 decades. The last win came in 2004.
What's up, Kojo?
Mexico has the rivalry.
What do you why can't you see the match?
Argentina and Brazil as measuring sticks. So yes, we focus on Argentina. Yes, if they lose, they're eliminated. But for Mexico, this would be a massive moment for them. And for Tata Martino, jokingly said he was public enemy #1 in Mexico with all the frustrations on his team's performance. If they're able to win this game and knock Messi out of the World Cup. And there's Messi on the ball.
Messi as elusive as ever. He's going to have a really big performance today.
He thought he was fouled.
Ooh, good header.
That's a strong header win there. Bounced off Guardado.
End-to-end stuff here. Oh. Oh! Alright, this is some football. Andres Guardado, what a legend. How long has Andres Guardado been around He used to be a left back. When he had curly hair, he used to look like Cucurella. Now he's plays as a center midfielder for Real Betis. They love him in Seville. He's been a very good player for a long time. Wow, look, there you go. As I say, he's the sixth man to play in 5 World Cups. Really, really impressive.
Brilliant. Alvarez there with the tackle.
But yeah, man, Mexico should be a better nation. Mexico should be a better nation. I've heard Mexicans say before that they think it's because the league is fairly lucrative. So enough of their players don't leave when they should and go to Europe and develop. And you can see that. You look at their lineup on the pitch, and more so than you would expect. You know, they're playing guys from Liga MX. So there's no reason the talent gap should be big between Argentina, Brazil, and Mexico. Like I said, football crazy populations. Massive countries. They have the investment in the sport. You know what I mean? So they really should be holding themselves to that standard. I think Mexico should be a much bigger footballing nation than the USA. And USA has been a better team as of late. So, you know, I would love to see Mexico become an elite footballing nation because I feel like there's so much talent there. And sometimes the talent, I think, doesn't get the chance to blossom like it should.
They've gone man for man in the midfield up against the 2 center midfielders for Argentina, taking them out of the game. So Argentina moving the ball pretty slowly from side to side and not getting any type of advantage in the wide areas, and they can't play through the middle, so they've oftentimes tried to go direct, and it's been the Mexican center backs that are stepping up and winning it.
Yep, they lost to Germany in 1990 and 2014. And didn't they lose to Germany in 2006? Tell me if I'm right. If I remember, was it Germany? It was the game where Jose Peckerman took off Juan Roman Riquelme too early. And I seem to remember, and Messi never came off the bench in that match. I'm pretty sure it was Germany. 2006. I think they might have lost to Germany in 2006 as well. Actually, let's look it up.
Argentina have some of the ball. Then how quickly can you pick off the pass in that one moment and then break using the speed of Alexis Vega and Chucky Lozano? Those two trying to combine. They did well enough to move the team up the field. Now
yes, quarterfinals on penalties. That's what it was. They did lose.
Both these teams had just
the old memory is still there. All right, here we go. Yep, 06 was Italy over France in the final, the famous Zidane headbutt. But Argentina lost in the quarters that year to Germany. And then Germany lost to Italy in one of the most dramatic World Cup matches you'll ever see at the old Westfalenstadion in Dortmund in extra time. Was it Fabio Grosso with the winner? With the equalizer? Or, because I think Del Piero scored the winner in the end. So, if I'm not mistaken, Grosso scored. I think, wait, Grosso also scored against Australia, I remember. But that had a extra time clincher, if you will. I think it was 2-0 in the end, and Del Piero scored at the end, but it was an amazing match. Very dramatic. One of the most fun World Cup knockout matches you'll see. Germany, Italy, 2006 in Dortmund, the semifinals.
On both sides, and that players are trying to get other players on yellow cards.
He's Italian. He's familiar with that behavior.
Yes.
Argentina really messed up losing the first match. You have to at least get a point, even with a bad performance. Saudi Arabia really deserved it. Now they literally could be knocked out with a loss. So you never want to be in that position no matter who you're playing. Even if it's a weak team, anything can happen in the World Cup.
I'm standing here. What do you want me to do?
It's an Italian in a World Cup trying to get a touch.
It's going to be a feisty game, Villa. You know exactly what to expect. It's going to get very dramatic as time goes on. Get it wider. Okay. I love how the World Cup can change things so quickly. Argentina, 36-game unbeaten run, you know, playing really well, feeling really confident. You get to the World Cup, you know, and just the, you know, for all the Argentina teams of years past, we see them kind of coming to the World Cup sometimes not looking that good, right? We see them being inconsistent, and you feel like, you know, they have the names, but they're not playing together as a unit, right? This World Cup is different, right? Under Scaloni, they've been consistent. They have an idea of how they want to play, and they've gotten results, right? They won the Copa America, so all these good things happen. So you come into this World Cup, and immediately you lose to Saudi Arabia, and all that goes out the window. And you can already feel the pressure building, and the players will feel that pressure as well. You know, they're in a really serious situation here against Mexico. And if Mexico scores, this becomes something else.
I'll have to chase that one down. Chavez.
Good defending.
What's
What's up, Hydra? What's the reason? Is it the Saudi high line, which I thought worked well? Argentina didn't have the wingers and the pace to get in behind to break the offside trap. Oh, haha! I know what you're talking about. I saw people talking about this. If Argentina won, they would play Brazil in the knockout, but now since they didn't, they don't have to play against Brazil. So, we'll see. Anything can still happen in this group. Anything can still happen in this group. But it'll be interesting to see how things shake out. Poland getting the win today over Saudi Arabia. I thought that could have been a draw, but Lewandowski finally gets his goal after all this waiting. Alright, the pace has slowed a bit. Switched is Guardado.
Guardado seems to have recovered. Long it goes towards Vega. Good header win by Otamendi. Second ball of control by Herrera.
Oh, good turn. That's a good turn. That's a foul.
Contact from behind by Otamendi. And a free kick coming from Mexico.
Imagine if Villa says, imagine if Mexico and Spain tomorrow both win and Argentina and Germany are heading home. Spain, Germany. I'm very interested in that one. Spain, I said it before, Luis Enrique understands international football. The quality of international football is lower than club football. These guys do not play together all the time. You're often trying to fit in a lot of players that may not fit. And they just don't have the match practice, right? Elite club teams know each other well, right? Luis Enrique has picked a squad that really complements each other, which is very important, more so than just picking, the names. I do still disagree with some choices, but he's getting results. Spain, obviously Costa Rica weren't good, but Spain were excellent. You can't take anything away from them with that performance. So very interested to see how they match up with Germany, who surely put more pressure on them. So it should be interesting. Germany will be desperate. Germany's been poor in recent tournaments. But yeah, it sucks that it comes. Well, it doesn't suck. That's the reality, right? Germany lost to Japan. Japan fully deserved it. I always love watching Japan every World Cup. All right, free kick here from Mexico. What's up, Brian? I didn't realize I was doing watch-alongs either, man. I just decided yesterday to do it for the first time. Not a bad little free kick routine there. We're seeing more and more free kick routines, I think, and I am all for it. It's set piece routines. Some of them are a little too cute sometimes, but I think there's a lot of opportunity there. So I've seen some. Real Madrid has become, oddly enough, not the team you would think, but the past few years, at least the last 2 years, Real Madrid have been doing a bunch of kickoff routines, like for the second half, where they try to get the ball immediately to Cruz so you can switch the play, get it onto the wing, and catch Vinicius at the back post. If you watch the Manchester City second leg at the Bernabeu, the beginning of the second half starts off with exactly that sequence, and Vinicius slips and puts it wide. It was an excellent chance created out of nothing. So we're seeing teams get a bit more creative in how they approach set pieces and dead ball situations. So we'll see Messi there. He's pressing. Who said Messi can't run? Yes, of course. That's Gary Neville. I saw Gary Neville go to La Liga and have the most hilarious time. The most hilarious time in Spain. He lost. I'm pretty sure Villa Gary Neville said on camera something like when Barcelona defeated some team by a lot of goals, he said something like, I wouldn't let my team do that. Why do these teams in Spain do that? And then he went to Spain, coached Valencia, and lost 7-0 at the Camp Nou. Gary Neville says a lot of things. But yeah, he said there's no goals in that. Spain. So back to just Spain for a second. Their midfield knows each other. They play week in, week out. That is such an advantage over most teams. Busquets, Gavi, and Pedri, they complement each other well. Spain know exactly what they're doing. I'm not saying they're, undefeatable or invincible or anything like that, but a lot of teams they play, they're just going to be so dominant with the ball. They're not going to let you have the ball. And there are people who talk about their defense. Their defense is not letting you have the football. They minimize the amount of time they'll have to defend by not letting you have the football. They press immediately, quickly, and get back to recycling possession again. And they're all on the same page. So Spain are dangerous. Germany will be desperate. That'll be a good match to watch. Di Maria trying to break through there. It's cleared. Brian says, why does it feel like I'm watching a Master League episode? It's more entertaining with you commenting. Appreciate it. Thank you. I'll do some more streaming. Why not? It's fun. I like talking to you guys. I don't do a lot of face cam stuff. So we can do some more streaming. Let me know if I should stream here or on Twitch. I don't know what makes more sense to grow and stuff like that. When I first started doing any kind of channel, I did actually just start on Twitch. But I haven't done anything in like 2 years or something there now. Oh, well, Steven Gerrard, yeah. What would you say, Villa, what would you say was the biggest issue with Steven Gerrard as a head coach? I don't really watch Villa week in, week out, but what would you say was kind of the most egregious error you felt he kept making that the fans were annoyed about, that needed to lead to his departure? I'd love to know.
Di Maria coming in off the left there. Now here he is. Messi brings it down.
Messi, he's in a position he likes. Montiel. It is a tantalizing cross. Tantalizing cross, but he was offside though. 100% offside. How do you get into football and how did you get into PES? I mean, football was natural. I grew up in the Caribbean, so I was playing football as a kid. I still play football today. I used to watch, like when I was really young, I used to watch Serie A in like the late 90s. And then like into the 2000s, I started really getting into La Liga and the Prem. But I've been playing, I started playing FIFA really young. And then like around 2005, my cousin was like, yo, you should play this PES game. And then I played it for the first time and I loved it. And I've been playing PES ever since. So I played so many versions of PES at this point. And I'm stuck on 2021, but I still really enjoy it. I know a lot of people have told me I should move on to different games. And I understand, like it makes sense for the channel. PES 2021 is very old. But with the mods and everything, I just feel like it's still the best football experience on the pitch. So I'm going to keep doing series on it until eFootball gets some kind of offline thing. But like I said, I will do some FIFA stuff and I will expand and do some different stuff on the channel as well. Hydra, you said there was an episode. Yeah, there'll be an episode tomorrow. I played a little bit more last night. So I have, I think, 4 more matches in this episode that I'll play after this stream. Edit it tonight and then you'll get potentially the finale of the series or the penultimate episode based on what happens. So we'll see. It's already been pretty exciting, as you can imagine. Did you like United when we had York? Yes. Well, I was a kid. I was young, but the whole country liked United. In fact, David Beckham is my favorite player of all time. Not that I think he was the best or anything. I knew his limitations as well, but he was like my childhood hero. So I love David Beckham. But I kind of found David Beckham from everyone in Trinidad when we were young, just, about having a striker like Dwight York from our tiny country playing. It was amazing. So I just noticed, I'm like, hey, this guy gives Dwight York all the passes. I like this guy. It was David Beckham. So from there, like I started getting into a little bit it more and more. But I'm not really a United fan. I'm a Real Madrid fan because I really love Raul. That's also one of my favorite players of all time. So I've been a Real Madrid fan basically my whole life. But I definitely appreciated the Dwight York, Manchester United years.
Back in the middle, McAllister. Wide it goes to Acuna.
Acuna has an excellent left foot on him. He does get the cross in. That's it. Messi's not getting there. Wow, Messi with the header. And they're bringing it back.
Is down and paid.
Okay, so Villa says Steven Gerrard was stubborn as hell, had no plan B, persisted with playing out of form favorites, and playing a system that simply didn't work with the players he had. Well, that is an extensive list. Yeah, Stevie G. Let's see what he does next. Villa have a very good team. Unfortunate that they lost Diego Carlos to injury, but they have a good squad. They've invested.
They haven't allowed a goal in 9 straight first halves of the World Cup, and they've only scored in 2 of them. So they keep it tight, very tight in the first half of games.
Let me ask you this: Rodolfo talked about it earlier. This big thing that Tata Martino did, changing his
Messi and header should not be in the same sentence. It's funny, but funny enough, Messi does have a famous header in the Champions League final. The one where he took off his boot and like held it to his ear. I think it was Barca United 2009, right? In Rome, I think so. I remember as well because Pez that year they had the same boots that Messi had held up, and I think like the Pez trailer showed Messi doing the exact same celebration that he did in the Champions League final. So he does have a famous header on his resume, but yeah, doesn't really belong in the same sentence.
Not a single shot yet for Argentina in this game.
Test going long. Lozano couldn't get up to it. Lisandro Martinez won the header.
Oh.
Back in the play after receiving treatment, able to get rid of it.
Yes, 09 was that Champions League final, and then the masterclass against Man United was 2011 at was that Wembley, right? Yeah. When Barcelona just they were just incredible. I remember that match so well because United, the first 20 minutes, they were pressing so well. And we genuinely saw Barca look a little bit rattled. But they weren't really rattled. They knew United couldn't keep up that pressure the entire match. They knew that United couldn't sustain it. And then after like the 20th, I think it was the first 17 minutes or something, I remember Barcelona just started to just glide over the pitch. One of the best CL final performances you'll see. United had good teams those years. They were just really unfortunate to run into an incredible Barcelona period. Yeah, I can see them rating. It's sad for me because I love La Liga, so it's sad when I see La Liga teams rated just because they don't have the same money at all. But I have predicted on Twitter a couple of times, I said this, that Unai Emery and Lopetegui are going to go shopping in Spain and pick up a ton of underrated players. It's what people have to realize sometimes with players and value, I spoke about this a little bit yesterday on stream, is that it really has to do with, a lot of it has to do with hype and kind of visibility. Michu, everybody remembers Michu who played for Swansea? The year before he went to Swansea and had an incredible season in the Prem. He was the highest scoring midfielder in La Liga. I believe he played for Rayo Vallecano. I think he scored like 15 goals or something that year in the league. This must have been like 2010-11 or something like that. I think 11-12 was the year he was at Swansea. Anyway, he was sold for $2 million, right, to Swansea. He goes to Swansea. He's incredible. You know, the hype is through the roof. Everyone's like, who's this guy? We love him. He's doing the celebration. He becomes Haaland's favorite player. His value in that 1 year multiplied by 20, you know what I mean, in that one season. But he didn't improve that much. He was probably the same player, right? He improved a couple of years before when he really made a step up to the level he was right before he left Spain. So a lot of players that I think Unai Emery and Julian Lopetegui could be looking for are players that are a lot better than people think, but are underrated. I think Cucurella is a good example, right? Even if he's not always in the best of form, I think his best season so far in his career was like 2 years ago at Getafe under Bordalas, who really helped Cucurella take steps forward in his game. At Getafe, he was really good. Getafe went far in Europe. They beat Ajax in Amsterdam. The way they played was atrocious. It was so hard to watch. But they got results. But he wasn't really known or valued, right? He goes over to the Prem, plays well for Graham Potter with Brighton, and then he's worth an insane amount of money. He's not worth that money either. You know, these guys didn't suddenly become that much better, but it has to do with where you're buying players from. So I really could see Emery, you know, he's going to have a lot more money to use than he did in Villarreal, and there are a lot of decent players in and around Spain, and specifically in and around Villarreal. So I think he can poach a couple guys from the team. I saw rumors of Samuel Chukwueze. He's been a good player for a while. I think he needs some more steps to take, but we'll see. Alex Baena has been excellent for Villarreal, but I still think he needs a little bit more time. They've been rumored for Nicholas Jackson as well, who is solid, but I actually think if Villarreal sell him for decent money, they probably make a good deal there because his end product isn't good. So, and then Pau Torres and Yeremy Pino, those are much bigger names. Those are, you know, real stars for Villarreal. Torres, I think, definitely leaves after this season. Yeremy Pino, I think, needs a little bit more time, but he's a big talent. If he goes anywhere, I think he's going to develop. He's excellent on the ball. One of those fun, really tricky ringers, but great agility. So I really like Yeremy Pino. So we'll see. We'll see. Aston Villa can certainly pay what Villarreal would want. They've been spending money the past few years. Anyway, free kick here for Argentina in the 34th minute. Messi, it's not a bad effort. Guillermo Ochoa punches and he's flapping and it's a foul. Yeah. Let's see. He didn't trust himself to catch this one. And Lisandro Martinez. Oh. Yeah, that's a foul. It's all over him there.
Lisandro Martinez that Ochoa essentially jumps himself into. That's a veteran play from 37-year-old goalkeeper from Mexico,
who has just made his 37th career World Cup save. Only Thibaut Courtois of Belgium more saves made in the last 3 World Cups. And he was the first Mexican goalkeeper to save a penalty kick, a non-shootout penalty kick, since 1930. When he denied Robert Lewandowski on Tuesday in the scoreless draw with Poland.
Ooh.
Two Argentine players colliding there. Can Mexico take advantage? Comes over the top. An alert was Lisandro Martinez to knock it away. Gallardo had to get there. Messi goes down in a heap. Wrestling match on the other end.
Yep. January is a tricky window, though I feel, in a way, because of the World Cup this year, you're going to see a lot more January movement in the market than you did previously. Oh! Wow, that hurts. Lisandro Martinez takes a bicycle kick to the face. Wow, ouch.
So it's an intense game.
Ooh, Di Maria. Past this man. Always been able to do that. But he's caught eventually.
Almost got his pocket pick. Well, the assistant referee was signaling for a Mexico throw. Referee overruled him. Under some pressure from Alvarez. Away the outside by Araujo. That will be Mexico's throw.
Rodolfo talked about the nerves of Kevin Alvarez and what's just his.
Yep, Villa, and I think as well, I think a lot of teams will preemptively look to solve any potential injury crises in the second half of the season. So I think you'll see teams that have a lot of players at the World Cup, like Bayern Munich already with Lucas Hernandez out. I could see them being more active in the market, well, especially now. But I could have seen them even thinking about that before. Even if it's more short term, I think we'll see teams really try to make sure that they're not going to fall apart in the second half of the season with the fixture pileup. So we'll see. 37th minute here. Not a lot of goal mouth action, but still an intense match. But not a particularly good one so far.
Croatia, Canada, that's turned into a bit of a fight, hasn't it? Courtesy of Canada's coach, John Herdman. And the nightcap, Spain against Germany, who suffered that massive loss, the upset loss to Japan. Cover starts at 4 a.m.
Yeah, you can't. I'm thinking about Germany. You just can't lose the first game of the World Cup. It just changes everything. You cannot lose. Much better to do whatever you can for a draw. I know it sounds negative, but just in terms of how you progress through the tournament, losing that first match it's too tough. It's too tough to do it after. The pressure just builds way too much. You can't even you're pressing no matter what. Like Germany's gonna come out tomorrow, no matter how calm or confident they are internally. Once they're 30 minutes away, the pressure sets in that we have to win. So that's the beauty of the World Cup. As much as if you played more matches, you would really see who wins and what's the quality. The fact that you have to perform in these little moments in this 190-minute stretch for every 4 years is the beauty of it all. Really, it's perfect. You're hoping all the Liverpool and Tottenham players at the World Cup suffer fatigue. Yeah, it'd be interesting. These teams, everyone has a deep squad now. So, and even like some of the, we'll see who has to use youth team players. It's going to be very interesting to see how the world gets back into gear for the second half of the season. But it also depends on how far some of these players get. Guys who lose up in the group stage, like let's say Argentina lose today. How tired is Messi really? You know what I mean? When PSG get back to business. So I think it's really the quarterfinals on. Those are the guys that I think are going to be affected. Yep, if they do draw, it's hard to get out of the group. Poland still have to get some kind of a result in their final match against Argentina. So, they're going to be, every team is going to be competing on that final match day. Final match days are always amazing. They're always it's a header. It's over the bar. Sadam, Lisandro Martinez. The final match of the group stage is always the round with the most fun and exciting matches, and it's always a shame because obviously you have to play them at the same time to stop any kind of collusion or any kind of planning between teams to get results or to get a draw or whatever. But so you never really get to watch both of games. You kind of end up switching back and forth. But man, you go back, most of those games are a lot of fun because teams have to get a result, so it's end to end. And I feel every year we kind of don't see a bunch of them. Early sub here, Gutierrez, who I think plays for PSV, is coming on for Guardado. I guess Guardado is injured. He is old. But let's clap it up for Andres Guardado. He's been around a long time. Maybe a muscle injury. I don't really think I saw what happened. He's been a fraud. That's true. He's definitely been a fraud all tournament. He's the new Higuain for Argentina.
At the age of 27, he was part of the roster 4 years ago but didn't play. Lionel Scaloni coming over and show some respect and appreciation to one of the all-time greats for Mexico.
I could be wrong, but Scaloni was just pretty affectionate to Guardado. Did they both play for Deportivo La Coruña at the same time? Let me see. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, I'm right on one thing. Scaloni did play for Deportivo till 2006. Guardado certainly it was not there then. But maybe they know each other from let's see. Oh, I was so close. Okay, I gotta give myself props. Scaloni played for Deportivo till 2006, and Guardado started at Deportivo in 2007. So perhaps in passing in the training facility, they met each other. That was close. All right.
Did he get there in time? He did. It's going to be yellow card shown. Free kick coming. It's Montiel who is in the book.
Eric Gutierrez's first involvement in the game gets their first good acceleration. Montiel had already committed to getting in for that challenge, tries to go full contact, and he's had an accumulation of fouls, but that one as an isolated
That's a
foul,
bad foul. Kick on the kicked him on both shins.
Now this is a closer distance for a direct strike at goal. It's going to be interesting to see who actually ends up taking this, because they have a number of players capable. Maybe it's going to be Alexis Vega, Hector Herrera also potentially in the mix.
I want a Mexico free kick here. I'm sorry. This game, I want to spice this game up. I want to spice this matchup.
Coming into this World Cup.
Let's go. Alexis Vega, top bins.
Chavez is the other standing over it. Chucky Lozano having a chat with Vega. Looks like Di Maria drew the short straw. He's laying down behind the wall.
All right, let's go. Vega.
It's Vega. Save. And what a save. Well held.
He caught it. Emi Martinez caught it. That was... All right. That was impressive. I mean, I think on replay we'll see it wasn't, as far into the corner as we thought. But I'm a little bit blown away there. That save looked like a FIFA or PES animation where they just catch a ball all the way in the top corner for no reason. That was incredible. Excellent goalkeeping. Hi man, what's up? Hi man. I'm saying hi man to hi man.
5 added minutes.
What a save. I want to see a replay of that. Show me this replay. Okay, here we go.
There's the strike.
Wow, that's really impressive.
Strike. It bends over Lautaro Martinez and away from Emiliano Martinez. But not enough speed or pace on it. Power, rather, to beat Martinez, who's across his goal. He's got a big frame, full extension.
It could have been more in the corner, of course, but to hold that's a very good save. Yeah, Messi's not getting into the game much.
Off the jump, but it's good to hit the target, test the goalkeeper. You never know what's going to happen.
Let's see, the Argentina bench. Juan Foyth, Thiago Almada, Enzo Fernandez, Paulo Dybala. They might need Dybala. Let's see what they do.
Behind Gallardo, can he shepherd it out? Yes.
What I'm curious to see in the second half for Argentina is what do they change in the attacking part of the field? Because they're struggling to break down this Mexican defense. They look void of ideas. It's slow ball movement once again. They're settling for low percentage crosses. Lionel Messi's having to pick up the ball 40-50 yards from goal. Scrap to the head from Lionel Scaloni. So I think at halftime it's going to be interesting to assess what happens. We've said it enough. They need to win this game. To do that, the obvious part is you have to score a goal, but you have to create some chances. And they just haven't done that. The ball movement has been far too slow in and around the goals, and it's just too static. It's easy for Mexico to defend right now.
How surprised are you by that? I mean, this is the new Argentina. This is the free Argentina winning Copa America. Okay, they weren't blowing teams out, but This feels like 2018 all over again.
Yeah. And what they were
That's a foul, yeah.
The Copa America was playing the counterattack when other teams. So good defensively.
Yeah, wait. You think it's stressing you out now? Wait till the second half. You can just feel all the pressure here. This game has 1-0 Mexico in the 90th minute written all over it. But we'll see. I'm not really predicting that, to be honest. I do think Argentina's still gonna win, but it has that vibe. It has that weird vibe. That weird vibe. But again, I point back to the first match. How do you lose? You can't lose that first match. You have to play that first match like it's a World Cup final. You have to play that first match like it's a World Cup final.
Absolutely hammered by Croatia 3-0. They had to beat Nigeria in their final game to advance. It took an 86th-minute goal to do so in a game more so remembered for those shots of a manic Diego Maradona watching in the stands in St. Petersburg before they went out in that wild, high-scoring game to France in the round of 16. A tie keeps them alive, puts the pressure on for their final game against Poland Wednesday. Mexico can win. Argentina are done with a game to go. Messi almost
Mexico again, just frustrating.
Chavez looking for an outlet, doesn't have one. He's able to weave to the open side of the field.
Oof.
Before having it poked away by Alexis McAllister.
And John, we have to note again, this is not uncommon for a Mexican team at a World Cup.
I'm not sure, Villa, but I don't think you're wrong. Mexico, yeah, that sounds like it definitely could be true for Mexico. Oh, what is that? What are you doing? Almost gives away the ball there. You saw that mistake the Saudi defender made today against the mistake that the Saudi defender made against Lewandowski. Don't get caught slipping. FIFA predicted Argentina to win. Did eFootball even do a thing like that? Did their marketing team have any idea to do some kind of thing like that? Probably not. I'd love to know who won on eFootball.
A few minutes ago for Eric Gutierrez. Does that end up being significant later on? It comes inside. Vega picks it up. Vega lets it fly.
Not a bad effort. Not a bad effort by Vega.
That's not a bad idea. It settled up nicely.
I knew he was going to shoot the second it bounced.
Was really 1 against 3 defenders.
That's how I play Pez. There's a volley to be taken, I'm taking it. Unless it's the 90th minute and I need a goal. If there's a volley to be taken, I have to try. You don't get what you want unless you try. You have to try. Alright, here we go.
McAllister turns. Lautaro Martinez returns it. Is there time enough for Argentina to bring some numbers forward? Create a chance.
Di Maria inside. Argentina is actually a nice move, but it's cut out. Still hanging around. Messi gets it wider. Players into the box. It's squared. Good defending. Good defending. Corner kick. If you're Mexico and you give up a goal here, you cannot give up a goal here.
Officials having to calm down half of their bench right now. This will be the last action before the break. And it's Messi to take.
And oh, that's a poor corner from Messi. Couldn't beat the first man. That's poor. All right, 0-0. Like many matches this World Cup, we go into the second half goalless.
45 minutes down, 45 to go, and Lucille, no score.
All right, see what happens in the second half.
The 2022 FIFA World Cup.
1 second, guys. We're back.
Is presented by Verizon. Time to update my favorite stat. It is now 12 scoreless first halves here at this World Cup. Rob Stone in studio with you. Coming up on the Verizon halftime show, we're going to show you how Mexico have been able to keep Messi in check. We're going to recap all of today's earlier activities, and we'll get you ready for the U.S.'s all-or-nothing group stage finale Tuesday against Iran. Argentina had their 36-game unbeaten run snapped earlier this week. Trying to start a new one tonight, but it's 0-0 with Mexico after 45.
another gift, like a tablet, smartwatch, and earbuds, all on us. Wow! Switch now to the network America relies on, Verizon.
When things go right, ask, now what? And then talk to Prudential for our investment, insurance, and retirement know-how. Who's your rock?
Ooh, I love. Totally. But keep swiping. This is so much fun. This makes it so easy. Yes, that was a good one.
Let's go!
Yes.
You really know how to pick them.
Play your favorite slots today and go for the grand prize. Sign up now. We'll match your first deposit to $1,000 plus 200 free spins.
You won't believe what you can buy in Gold's World Cup.
All right, what I miss? In support of Mexico, I'm having tamales for lunch. Enjoy. Haja says he need to bring in Papu Gomez, who almost ended Fede Valverde's career. He gave him a really nasty knock right before the World Cup. I'm being dramatic there, but I've liked Papu Gomez since Atalanta. So, and Julian Alvarez. For Martinez, I agree. I like Julian Alvarez. He's a smart player. I like how he plays. Reminds me a little bit of Javi Pedro Saviola. But he's going to have a much better career than Saviola did. I think he's better on the ball as well. Let's watch something. Why not? Let's watch some highlights of something. Since we were talking about it, let's look up the World Cup 2006 goals. How long is this video? 21 minutes, that's too much. Top 25 goals at the 2006 World Cup. Alright, let's watch this, guys. Is it working? Hopefully it's working. I have to go check. I think it should be working properly. Let me see. Is it showing me? Is it working? Let's find out. So it's showing... Yeah, okay, we're good. Ads. This is not working. Okay, please work now. Here we go. Top 25 goals of the 2006 World Cup. What do I remember? I remember Joe Cole. Joe Cole had a screamer. Is this the penalty? Yep, Zidane on the side of the crossbar in the World Cup final. That could have been taken out, by the way. There was no VAR back then. Thankfully, everyone saw it, obviously. But imagine. Imagine. Which one is this? Tim Cahill versus Japan. I remember this is a screamer. Yeah. Tim Allen Cahill. This guy could score so many headers despite being short. It was an amazing leaper. Fernando Torres versus Ukraine. There's Puyol. What got into Puyol then? It's back. Oh, it's good football. Okay, I forgot about that goal. That's a very well taken goal. You get a dribbling Carles Puyol. When do you get that? It's a very young El Nino. He was really El Nino. This is the goal I was talking about before, guys. Del Piero versus Germany in Dortmund, clinching the semifinals. What a finish by Alessandro Del Piero. What a player. He doesn't get spoken about enough. Robin van Persie, rocket of a free kick here against the Ivory Coast, against Cote d'Ivoire. What a player Robin van Persie was. I remember this one as well. Very well hit. There's going to be Thorsten Frings is going to be in this as well. Deco, talk about another player that doesn't get spoken about enough. What a finish here against Iran. This Portugal team was very good. Steven Gerrard, this is whatever. This is against my country. However, I'm gonna pause the video here. Brent Sancho was one of our center backs. He had dreadlocks. Peter Crouch, when it was 0-0 in like the 80th minute, jumps up, pulls his dreadlocks and heads the ball in. There's no VAR. You know, there's no way to review anything. So England get the 1-0 lead, and then the second goal was just from Steven Gerrard to make it 2-0. But yeah, it shouldn't have been a goal, and that we could have gotten a draw against England. Look at young Stuart Downing. This was a good goal by Gerrard, however. But are they scoring that goal if the first one comes back from VAR? Never know. Juninho versus Japan. The best, I think, direct free kick taker of all time. I think David Beckham is the best overall free kick taker. When you combine direct and indirect free kicks, but in terms of just striking the ball, I think Juninho is first. And here's Ronaldo versus Japan as well. Really good finish by R9. In his last World Cup, Brazil 2006 should have been better too. They really did not play well against France. There is... Why show this crying kid? It's so sad. What a finish this was by Andrea Pirlo though. Ghana had a really good team this World Cup as well. But there's your champions. Italy 2006, fantastic side. Carlos Tevez, this is 80. I remember this. Oh wait, we're going to get this goal, and then we're also going to get the Esteban Cambiasso goal, which was a team effort against Serbia and Montenegro, if I'm not mistaken. I think like 26 passes or something before he finished. Incredible. Ooh, yeah, Zambrotta. Good strike. Zambrotta is underrated. I thought he was the best wing back in the world for like at least 1 or 2 seasons around this time. He was kind of like Cancelo, where he was right-footed, but he could play on the left. But much better defender. I really miss... Zambrotta was fun. I miss Zambrotta. All right, Sergei Rebrov versus Saudi Arabia. Probably not thought about this goal since back then. But what a strike. I mean, the keeper... Yeah. Dario Serna versus Australia. I love Dario Serna. He's oddly enough, very surprising, I know, but one of my favorite players of all time. He used to play right back and right midfield. Very good striker of the ball, as you can see there. What a free kick. Bastian Schweinsteiger versus Portugal. This was a screamer as well. It's Jurgen Klinsmann, loving it. Schweinsteiger started as a winger for Bayern Munich, moved into the middle. He had an amazing 2010 World Cup. Swerve on the ball there. Caught the keeper off guard. Really great goal. But yeah, he had an amazing 2010 World Cup. He was so good. Okay, wow, they're in love with this goal. I mean, it's a great strike, don't get me wrong, but... Wait! Oh, I'm an idiot. Is this the second goal? I didn't realize it. Wait a minute. Wait, he scored... Am I forgetting him scoring 2 screamers against Portugal? Because clearly I am. Alright, that's the same goal. I didn't even realize. I think the number just went from 11 to 10. It probably did. This completely has been erased from my memory. Alright. Bastian Schweinsteiger, what a player in his prime. Now that is a screamer indeed. That's is that Schumacher? Ricardo Kaká. I remember this. If I'm not mistaken, this was the first goal of the World Cup for Brazil. I always said the World Cup doesn't feel like it started until Brazil had played football. Philip Lam versus Costa Rica. I'm getting a YouTube ad. Yep, Philip Lam. I think he's going to cut in from the wing and basically cross the ball into the goal, if I'm not mistaken. But I think Thorsten Frings also has a screamer in this same Costa Rica match. The opening match of the World Cup. It was really fun. Perfect way to kick things off. Yeah, great stuff here from Philip Lam. Wow. This was a fun Germany team too. Man, I forgot how accurate that goal was. Thorsten Frings is Fabio Grosso versus Germany. This was a big one. I don't know how Pirlo found that pass. It's incredible. Grosso overcome with emotion. I remember this. What a good finish again. It was Jens Lehmann in goal, I believe. He just couldn't get there. Never gonna get there. Aruna Kone? Is this Aruna Kone? Oh, I actually forgot about this goal. No, this is not Aruna Kone. Aruna Kone had blonde hair, I believe. I actually don't know which Kone this is, but it's a hell of a strike. Thomas Rosicky versus the USA. I remember this. Great goal as well. What a player, Thomas Rosicky. Too many injuries, but it was fantastic. Used to play for Dortmund with Jan Koller. They were a great combination in the final third. But I feel like Arsenal never really got the best of him. What a goal that is. Oh, here we go. Thorsten Frings. Screamer. I'm excited it was. What a good World Cup this was. Look at this strike. The team guys that have this football. Ah, what a goal. And there we go. Cambiaso versus Serbia and Montenegro. Just perfection. Wow, why wouldn't they show the goal? Don't show me the diagram and not show the entire build-up. It wouldn't have taken that long. I mean, obviously you can see the end of it here, but it was ridiculous. Is that Hernan Crespo? I believe so. What a finish. Esteban Cambiaso. Oh, Maxi Rodriguez. Yes. Oh, this was a screamer. This was in the round of 16. And very topical as we're talking about Argentina and Mexico right now. I forgot about this goal. This was amazing. This was fantastic. If I'm not mistaken, the 06 World Cup went back to full extra time after golden goal. Well, and silver goal were like in the beginning of the 2000s. So, and then Joe Cole versus Sweden. Come on. Come on. Come on. Joe Cole was a man before his time. England didn't have a lot of technical midfielders back then with regards to dribbling, playing in tight spaces. And now you have guys like Foden that play just like that. But Joe Cole was that guy back then. He would have been appreciated even more today. All right, so it was a good trip down memory lane. I didn't check the comments, so I hope the video worked and you guys were able to see it. Because if not, okay, there you go. You guys were able to see it. Good. Let's get back to the match report. Argentina needs to bring on Claudio Flores. Well, not the Claudio Flores we saw in the Master League. I don't think he'll help anyone. Yeah, that's funny.
Of that World Cup. And that's the situation they're in, Argentina, having lost to Saudi Arabia on Tuesday. If they lose this one, they're done. Mexico, can they beat Argentina at a World Cup for the first time in 4 tries in their history? Can they all punch their ticket to the next round and their continued chase of the Quinto Partido?
Yep. Southgate not playing Foden. Again, England just playing down to their talent level. And they're playing down from what they're too, almost feel like they're being polite. Like, get Phil Foden out there. He's an incredible player. What nation would he not play for? If, while I know obviously Spain have excellent players, Luis Enrique will be so happy to have Phil Foden. And how he would utilize him, he would get so much out of his skill set. So, yeah, why are we not playing Phil Foden?
Trying to change it a little bit more in the attack. What different ideas do they have? What substitutes will they make? And
let's see if he'll be. Let's see if he's. I want to say first, but let's see if he's after the criticism of the last match. Let's see if things change in England's final group stage match.
15 minutes before we see coaches start to try to change that with substitution
And this is the thing too, as Mr. Bird says, Foden over Saka any day. I agree in many instances, but the thing is, even if you start Saka, that's fine. But why is Foden not getting in a game where it would have been so low risk to put Foden on against USA? You know what I mean? Yes, America had some chances and they were threatening. But it's not like Saka was doing so much defensively that, you take him off, things are going to change. So, perfect match, throw on Foden, see something different. And I try to make an imprint on the game, It's not that Foden needs to start, every single match. Obviously, that's an argument as well. But it's not about that. It's about how does he not get on the pitch? How does he not get a chance to show what he can do? Oh, good touch. But, okay, Mexico are threatening. I should have moved to place to pass the ball on.
Right back up, though, by Nestor Araujo. Araujo will cross in. Lozano can get back off the chest. No, but it's sliced up in the air.
It's in the air.
Martinez can collect that because it was not a deliberate back pass. And now McAllister on the
There's
ball.
McAllister.
World Cup debut running forward. Hands it off wide to Acuna. Messi.
Yeah, I even forgot about Mason Mount when I was bringing up Phil Foden. Yeah, you can just play him over Mount. It's very simple. But as Villa says, the incriminating photos exposed of why Gareth Southgate ruined the Euro 96. Of what happened the night before. He has those photos somewhere. McAllister's been solid, yes, he's been decent. This will give Argentina 1 point. So they played Poland in the last match, but then all bets are off, and their goal difference isn't good. Getting those late goals are so crucial in the World Cup. Poland get the second goal today. Oh, what are you doing? That's such a poor pass. I don't think Mexico's going to take advantage yet. I didn't think anything was going to happen there, but yeah, those late goals, like Iran's second goal versus Wales, was crucial for their goal difference in that group. After losing 6-2 to England, you win 2-0, now your goal difference is only -2. -3, it already feels just like a different proposition. So, late goals in the World Cup, even after you have the lead, especially in the group stage, I mean, at any stage, but are very important.
As we said, that was the big formation change that Tata Martino made for Mexico, trying to spring the surprise on Argentina.
Good pass. Messi's through. He's in a position he likes. Is that a foul? It is. We have a Lionel Messi free kick. So the next 3 or 4 minutes is going to be build up. It's going to be hype. We're going to hear a whole narrative from the commentators about Messi, his legacy, his entire career, the importance of this free kick. The crowd is going to rise. We have 4 minutes left of all this build-up for a Messi free kick that we're going to see soon. Maybe justified. This is going to be a big opportunity here. A Messi free kick at the World Cup will be interesting. Wait for the drama. It's like a movie script. You could write it. Wait for the camera zoom in on Messi's face and then the slow pan up. Someone's gonna say something oddly philosophical about it before he takes it. If Ochoa saves it, we're gonna talk about how Ochoa is Mr. World Cup. But there's a lot riding on this. Let's see.
And he's sizing up 37-year-old Guillermo Ochoa, one of the best goalkeepers in the entire world.
And the other thing, John, he's at a distance where he can go either way at the goal. He can still get this up and down pretty comfortably with enough power to beat Ochoa. And if Ochoa thinks he's going to try and cheat, he's going to just...
There's the slow motion face. Here we go. Ooh, this is a really excellent position for Lionel Messi.
Messi
puts it over the bar. That's a really poor free kick. That's a really poor free kick. I expect Messi to hit the target so often.
While it's a difficult degree of skill to get this up and over the wall, you still just expect so much every time he stands over the ball, and even just the technique leaning back a bit too much, trying to finesse it, but he doesn't get his foot over the top of it enough on the top of the ball.
That's disappointing. He didn't get out. He didn't hit that well at all.
He stood there for a long time, Messi, walking back upfield. It's kind of the whole point. What else is there left to say about Lionel Messi? All the different titles he's won, all the goals that he's scored. It's to call him a World Cup winner. It's the only possible argument you can make about his place amongst the greatest ever to kick a ball. It's an offside flag that'll end that sequence. There's a possibility that that dream ends tonight in just their second game here in Qatar. And as we've seen, he can't do it by himself.
Yeah, I don't hate Messi, but man, they gotta stop bringing up this "he can't do it by himself" narrative. Sometimes I'm like,
They've got Guido Rodriguez here who's on the ball.
he has. Listen, Messi would tell you himself. I'm sure he would tell you himself that at times he's not performed how he would have liked for Argentina. I don't think he would lie and say that's not true. I'm not saying it's his fault, but I'm sure his standards for himself are very high, and you can tell at times it's not been the Messi that he's been at Barcelona or even at PSG sometimes. Obviously, the last couple of years we've seen Messi kind of show his imprint even more with Argentina. But oddly enough, I think one of the best chances for Messi to really win the World Cup, outside of 2010. Oh, not 2010. I mean 2014. Was actually 2006. That Argentina team, top to bottom, was incredible, and Jose Peckerman didn't bring on Messi against Germany. That team had so many players. You had Crespo, you had Riquelme, you had I'm pretty sure Ayala was still there. You had great players. Juan Pablo Sorin. That Argentina team had great players. Cambiaso, Tevez. They had so many good players, and Messi was the young 19-year-old with a big spark off the bench, but they really could have won that World Cup. I thought they had one of the best teams in the world. Both Argentina and Brazil underperformed that year to me. Oh, that was dangerous. Acuna. Oh. Sandro gets a bit lucky and loses the ball again.
Get him on the ball in good spots, or at least on the end of something in a good spot. When I hear the old Chucky Lozano, all I think of is the Kazan airport at 2 in the morning, 4.5 years ago. Stu Holden diffusing.
I met Carlos Tevez when I was really young. I was a ball boy in like a youth World Cup. And he was like under 17 World Cup. And Tevez passed me. I was how old was I? Can't remember. I was like 9 or 8 or something. And he passed me in the hall, and I said Tevez, and he was eating a sandwich, and he just smiled at me. But he was already a big star from young. Everyone was here. You were hearing about Carlos Tevez. He was a wonder kid. Tevez already had hype around him at like 16. You're hearing about him everywhere. So he must have been 16 years old when I saw him that time, and everybody already knew he was like one of the stars of the tournament. Oh wow, good dribbling by Di Maria's into the box. Oh, that could have been in. That could have been in. That's a handball on Vega, no?
It's not the call on the field that he did. Now going long, trying to spring Alvarez the other way.
Mexico have just been unable to offer anything in the attacking part of the field.
Yeah, Mexico have been poor in attack. I get the sense Argentina is going to start taking control of this game and overwhelming Mexico.
Caught out a little bit. They're trying to take advantage. And before that, you saw Di Maria take Eric Gutierrez off the dribble. He's on that yellow card.
Gutierrez, good job there on Leo.
On him defensively, great work by Lozano there. But look, he's got to beat 1, 2. Now he's got.
Yeah, Chucky has too many players to beat. He's fouled though. He's not fouled. Referee lets him play.
He thought that was a foul for sure. That Paul comes away with the ball. Messi. Di Maria.
Di Maria.
To at least get away momentarily from Gallardo. They re-engage. De Paul. Messi. You can just feel it start to amp up a little bit here. 10 minutes into the second half.
Hey Villa, for sure. Yeah, definitely going to be going to matches at the next World Cup. I honestly was thinking about even maybe trying to go to this one, because this one's a lot easier to go to. Just in terms of demand is much lower. And as you can see, there are empty seats. So I actually remember reading something months ago that said this is the easiest World Cup it'll probably be to get tickets to. USA World Cup is going to be extremely hard, but even if I have to go to Canada or Mexico, I'm definitely going to try to get to a match. I'm excited for that World Cup. I think it'll be a lot of fun. 48 teams, so it's going to be different. 16 groups is a lot, but in a way, it'll also be cool because it'll be so much of the world in one place, so it really can be exciting. And for me, I'm hoping Trinidad and Tobago could actually qualify. Enzo Fernandez is on, player I like a lot. Maybe the best profile to Tony Cruz today. Excellent passer. I think he's at Benfica now. I know he was at River Plate, but I think he's at Benfica. I think he moved. But I really like him. Really nice player. Let's see if he can affect this game, give Argentina a bit more control.
First set of the night for Argentina.
A more attack-minded player than Guido Rodriguez, who was more of a destroyer in the middle of the field and was dropping between the center backs and providing an extra number deep. But this is going to be what you're going to see a little bit more often here from Lionel Scaloni is attacking subs. Everything attacking-minded, everything with a mind of having possession of the
Good header.
playing forward and really starting to test this Mexican back line. The big question is going to be for Mexico, how long can they hold? Then don't break. But then can they find their moments in transition to get forward up the field?
Cut that out.
Gutierrez. Into Mendy slides across. Montiel helping him out.
Well dealt with.
Ball just stayed in play.
Argentina beginning to look a lot better in possession. It's Messi. Good work.
McAllister.
Yep. Argentina beginning to settle. They're looking good.
Looking for Messi.
They're getting comfortable. Messi's past Gutierrez. Messi's in two. That would have been well cut out, but yeah. Messi's beginning to cook.
He's going to get this one, Vega.
Vega working hard there, and whistle and a foul against Lisandro.
Oh wow, Euro 2006. What stadium was that match? I can't remember. What stadium was it?
To get body position, and then you can't come through him.
Yeah, one of the best memories of my life is Real Madrid's the Decima, the 10th Champions League, when Sergio Ramos scored that late header against Atletico Madrid. And then Bale scored in extra time, and Ronaldo scored and took off his shirt from the penalty spot and all that. I didn't go to the match, which was in Lisbon. I think it was in Benfica, at the Estadio La Luz. But it was, I went to Madrid, and I went to the Bernabeu. Because, it's a dangerous ball in from Mexico. Anyway, I went to the Bernabeu because at the Bernabeu, they do a live, a live screening of the final. They have these 4 screens. It's set up like a cube in the center of the Bernabeu, so you can see from all 4 sides of the stadium. So I just went on my own. I missed my college graduation, and I went, and I had the best night of my life. It was amazing. Obviously, with the game being so dramatic, I was like crying in the streets. And then I stayed in the street hanging out with everyone till like 7 in the morning because the players came back and they partied with us in the square. I didn't get to meet anyone, but they were like, Isco was like right there. They were really close. I had an amazing time. But it's one of the best nights of my life. I'll never forget it. So anytime you have a chance for any kind of live experience, this goes beyond football. Always take it. Life is too short. Those memories will always last forever. And if I had hesitated about going to that, I would have never had that memory or that experience. And it's been one of the... Every time I think about it, I'm like, wow, I'm so glad I did it. So yeah, can't beat seeing this stuff live.
So time for a cross to be fired in. Good header by Montes. Second header by Lozano.
Mexico is so pinned in.
Vega running around.
They are so pinned in. I don't see this going well for them now. They don't have the pace to beat Argentina on the counter. They don't have one dangerous player they can count on like that. And Argentina is just getting more and more comfortable. Look how far back they've been pushed. See, even when they get the ball, Chucky has the ball now. He's closed down. There's 5 Argentina players around him. This won't work. And Argentina is going to bring on more attacking talent. I think Alvarez is coming on for sure. Or maybe Dybala. I see 2 players coming on, but... If this doesn't change for Mexico, Argentina will wear them down. Messi can play in this. Messi can play against a low block. He's going to get the ball a lot more. It's not his end to end. He's going to be able to intricately break you down. They're camped outside the box right now. It's not good. It's not good, Mexico. It's not good. I don't know if Mexico's run out of gas or if it's just tactical at this point. But there's no way they're going to lose a match if this continues. And again, Argentina getting dominant. Rodrigo de Paul.
Stepping forward to intercept that. Couldn't take it anywhere. And here come the subs.
All right, here we go. Let's see who's coming on. Is it Alvarez? I do see Alvarez, and I see oh, that's what's his name? I forgot this guy's name. I forgot this other guy's name. This is Julian Alvarez, but I'm gonna be annoyed when I see his name because I can't remember it. Oh, Molina, who just went to Atletico Madrid. Yeah, he was at Udinese. Nahuel, I think. Nahuel Molina. Villa says, looks like Southgate gave the halftime team talk. Yes. Mexico. Looking like England versus the USA now. I mean, here, Chucky, Chucky can't do this by himself. He's trying, though. He's on the wing. His 3 players surround him. Did he get a corner? He didn't. That's a shame. He tried, but he didn't. Yeah, it's not a corner. Di Maria is going to whip it in. Finds Lionel Messi. Strike! Goal! Messi with a screamer. Well deserved. That's a good goal. That is an excellent goal. Lionel Messi, you deserve it. Take a bow. That is an amazing finish. Argentina 1. Mexico 0. No words. Impressive. That is impressive. I can't wait to see the replay because he picked out the bottom corner on this one. That goal, but Mexico don't deserve anything. Argentina fully deserve that. Plus 10 legacy points. Oh, this means so much to him. You know, Messi doesn't show a crazy amount of emotion. You know, it's great to see that. Let's see. You know what? Ooh, what a finish. It's and then on that magical left foot of Lionel Messi. It's so well hit. But I have to say, number 24 for Mexico has to, as the ball came across, he kind of, I have to see the replay one more time, but it felt like he kind of got out of the way. Who's number 24 for Mexico? It's Chavez. It felt like he didn't necessarily try to block it. Get like that ball, you know, after I want to see the replay one more time. The finish from Messi is exquisite. It's perfect. A daisy cutter. Look at Messi screaming. Look at that. You say he doesn't have spirit. Look at him.
Di Maria's childhood friend set him up on the assist. Di Maria's described Messi.
Oh boy, this World Cup is woo! We need Messi and Ronaldo at this World Cup. If we have to get it. We have to get it. If you're a basketball fan, you may know we never got LeBron versus Kobe Bryant, which is something everyone wanted to see. We never got it in the NBA Finals. And there were a couple of years where it really felt like it was going to happen. But it didn't. And obviously, Kobe Bryant passed. Rest in peace. So, I mean, and he retired before then. So, obviously, that wasn't going to be a thing. We never got... Obviously, we got Ronaldo, Messi in many amazing matchups. But we've never gotten them in the Champions League final. And a couple of years, I really thought we would. So give us this. Give us this in the World Cup, in the knockouts at least. I don't need the final. I just want to see Messi, Ronaldo for a kind of a big send-off at the World Cup. It would be so special. Great finish by Messi. Excellent stuff. Argentina 1, Mexico 0, and I expect Argentina to take more command of this game. Mexico, I said it. I was saying it for the minutes leading up to it. They were just sitting back. letting Argentina get way too comfortable. Now let's see if Argentina do what I think they shouldn't, which is very Southgate-esque, which is start sitting back when they had the superiority, because that would be so silly. So silly. Jimenez is on 2 for Mexico, so they're going to get more attacking. I argue they should have made the change before, but this game looks like it's going to change already, doesn't it? Argentina have to keep the pressure on. They have to get Mexico right back to the situation they were in for the 10 minutes prior. Don't let Mexico start getting comfortable. England let USA into the game a bit, and USA never let it up. Don't do the same. I'm guessing, Mohamed, you bet on goals, right? How much? What did you bet for in terms of goals for the match? Southgate-esque indeed. It's like, guys, the job is done. We're up 1-0.
And a very dicey situation going into the finale with Saudi Arabia.
Oh, not a bad ball. He's wide open here. But Chucky, oh, it's got such excellent control.
Gutierrez was for the late run of Gallardo, and it was blocked.
All right, here we go. There's more goals in this game. Mexico's going to be too exposed, or Argentina, or they'll score. So they'll be too exposed. Play much better now. Whip it in. Ooh. Let's go. Vamos.
Offside flag in that sequence.
Quiero acción.
McAllister is done. Ezequiel Palacios replaces him.
It's the 69th for me.
Angel Di Maria will be taken off for a
But I think the YouTube stuff is on delay, right? So I'm pretty sure, like right now, it's the 68th minute and 20th second. But I feel like by the time you see this, it'll already be like maybe the 69th minute or something. Let me know.
Referee telling Di Maria to go off on the far side now to get off the field, because I think he was entirely sure.
That goal relieves so much pressure from Argentina. Romero's coming on. And Ezequiel Palacios.
Well, there were a lot of faces after Messi's goal, but then came Hector Moreno. He was the only guy that was very vocal.
What a finish. Way to stand up and be counted, Lionel Messi.
One guy that didn't celebrate with Messi. Lisandro Martinez, immediately after the ball went into the back of the net, he slammed it.
I don't know if there's a way for me to go live and not have a 20-second delay. I don't know much about streaming at all, so I'm going to look into it. But maybe this is just a standard for everyone. Maybe everyone always has it like this, where they're a little bit behind. But, you know, let me know if that's something you see other streamers do. Palacios, yeah, he went to, he's at Leverkusen, right? I'm pretty sure he's there. Messi's in the mood now. Acuna. Oh, that's a goal. Come on. Oh. Molina. ¿Qué estás haciendo? Just calm down and you place it into the opposite corner. You hit it like Nacho did in the 2018 World Cup. Nice low drive. Okay, so let's see. Final match day, Saudi Arabia, Mexico. So, if Saudi Arabia beat Mexico and Argentina draw with Poland, they could still be in trouble. Final match days are so good. Like I said, I wish you could like freeze time and have one match played without the other team knowing and get to watch both matches. Because both matches are always excellent, but because you're watching live, you really tend to be flipping back and forth. Inter boy, we tried Virtua Red 5 with the UML mod. You know what's crazy, guys? I haven't even played Virtua Red 5 yet. I have it downloaded, but because I'm still doing the Nottingham Forest Master League, I can't really update the game because it's gonna mess up everything with Forest. In fact, actually like a month ago, I downloaded Virtua Red 5 and I tested some things and I went back to my original Forest save and the whole thing was messed up and I panicked. I was like, yo, I lost the whole thing. I was able to fix it. So I have to wait till I finish the series, which I literally should be doing tonight. So once I finish it tonight, I'll record, even if I'll finish everything tonight. I'm going to finish the whole series playing tonight. But you will get at least maybe the second to last video tomorrow or the finale. you will get tomorrow for sure. But after I finish it, I will download it and add in the mod and everything. And then I've been waiting because there's so much other stuff I want to do, even with PES. But because I've been doing this for us Master League, I've been kind of focusing on that. But like I said, I was thinking I might do a live Become a Legend. So I do Become a Legend just live. And, I can always edit the videos after and maybe, put episodes up on YouTube. But maybe I just do it live for now. Because it'll be easy for me. I won't have to edit. We'll get some more fun content on the site. Am I live? I could do some Master League Live. The only thing with Master League Live is these matches are 20 minutes long. Like, I know people, my matches are they feel very similar to watching a real match. Like, the build-up is slow. We're patient. I'm not rushing. I'm trying to, see how the CPU is playing. Like, the build-up really is slow. So I don't know if it really is perfect for live streams, but maybe I'll do, I can definitely do certain tournaments or one-off matches live on PES every now and then. It could be fun. So I'll think about doing that in the future. Look at these fans.
They're done with subs. They made 4 subs, but that was the effect of using one of their windows for the Guardado injury late in the first half. So both teams are done making changes. Lionel Messi, the goal, the difference right now, keeping Argentina's World Cup hopes alive. The loss eliminates them tonight. Mexico not done, but it'll be a dire situation for them. Going into the finale on Wednesday, long it goes towards Jimenez. Big challenge in the air, and it bounces through to Emiliano Martinez. Just one save that he's made, that was off the free kick back in the first half. Alvarado making his World Cup debut at the age of 24. He's been a part of this team for 4 years.
Do I use any gameplay mod? I play auto, but I find top player too easy and superstar end up getting crushed by much weaker teams. Any suggestions? Okay, so a couple of things. I do have a gameplay mod. It's Holland's gameplay mod. It's an old one. I think it's called I have to look it up, guys. I'm sorry. I've commented it to people sometimes. Let me see if I can actually find it really quickly for you guys. But in terms of, playing on these levels, I've been playing on Legend only for at least a year and a half now, I think. So I know, that took some adjustment. It wasn't easy at the beginning. So I definitely understand, your frustration. But my advice, honestly, is to stick to the higher level. And if you lose, you lose. Especially if you're playing Master League, right? Master League, yes, obviously most Master Leagues, we all know, we get good enough and we're winning games. The goal in Master League is to become a good team eventually. So you usually win more than you lose. But embrace that maybe you're going to have a really bad season, right? And just go through it. Because the thing is, you're only going to get better with practice. The more you play it, the more you're going to understand, certain ways to cut off the AI when they're building up. Certain ways to, position yourself better defensively. I would suggest using mark settings. Start putting players on your team to mark individual, problem players on the AI before the match, so you're not dealing with what I've dealt with sometimes with just a superstar player destroying me. So I really suggest you just play more, and you'll eventually get the hang of it. I don't think you're gonna get better by playing the lower level. I think you have to play the higher level. It's worked for me. Jack Harlow on an ad here in the corner of my screen. I can't get it off. All right. An exhibition shot play is more fun. Too easy, superstar too hard. Yeah. And then Mr. Bird. Yeah. So funny enough about the mod you're asking for, Mr. Bird. I actually thought the one I was using. Actually, it is one. It's called More Difficult Free Kick. But free kicks in PES is just too easy. That's the real problem anyway. It's just too easy. I think the way it works, FIFA's too hard in comparison, I believe. But the way the free kicks work in PES, even if you modded it, unless someone's found a really amazing mod, there's no real way to, make it too much harder, it feels like. One thing I will say is, one thing I plan to do from now on, a bit of a spoiler for future series, I guess, is I do plan to just pick someone to be a oh wait, break chance potentially here, and oh, it's too good ball. It's a good pass up the wing. Alvarez is in. Messi trying to get there. He cannot. Cannot. Well cut out. Argentina again. Oh wow, Acuna! It's incredible. He's cut out again. So for a future series, what I want to do is I'm gonna start using free kick takers that are only like under the rating of like, oh, Messi still has it. How are they letting that stay in? Anyway, I'm only gonna use free kick takers, I think under 70. So we will pick someone maybe to be a designated free kick taker, and the two things are curl. Just affects it a lot. So if you have someone with a lot of curl, it gets easier and easier to take free kicks. So I'm going to try to make it difficult for me. Vida's asking, do I use fluid formation? Sometimes I think when I'm on lower team spirit, fluid formations actually make it way too hard for us. So I usually wait until we have a good team spirit before I start experimenting with fluid formations. But when I do it then, I still try not to move them too far. I still try to keep them fairly close. I just try to kind of adjust them to the idea of where I want them to play. So one thing I've been using in the Forest Master League, and I found a way around using fluid formation at times, is I have, right now my defensive lineup is Lucas Hernandez. And then on the right flank, I have either Livramento or Marcos Llorente, depending on the opponent. And then in the center backs, I have Martin Vitic. And then I kind of rotate between Valenti, Tomori, or Zima. Right? Now, that's the four across the back line, but Lucas Hernandez is a center back, right? His position is center back. He's playing as a center back. He's not playing as a left back. So even though I have attacking full backs on, what it means is Hernandez will stay back, and so will the other two center backs, but my right back will push forward. So it kind of gives me a chance to play a version of three at the back, but without fully committing to it, right? So in defense, all four are there. And Lucas Hernandez is not coming inside. He is playing on the flank. But in attack, Llorente pushes up, but I still have the security of the three center backs across the back line. So instead of me doing that in fluid formation, I did it in terms of his positioning. What's up, Nas? Welcome, bro. Long-time supporter as well. Yeah, I'll do some watch-alongs. Tim TC, one of the subscribers who told me on Twitter, he said, man, you should do some watch-alongs, because I tweet a lot about what's going on in the World Cup. And he told me I should do some streaming. So I said, why not? It's minute 79 right now for me. So we'll see soon what happens. Obviously, it'd be great if I could show the game as well. But that would definitely get me banned. Messi, a 7.7 according to SofaScore. Yeah, Mexico have been really poor. They've not given much. They don't deserve anything from this match. Another disappointing performance for Mexico. How long on average do you take to upload a typical video of the series? Your presentation on one of a kind. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate it. Yeah, the presentation stuff is why these videos take so long sometimes, and then why you see me, like sometimes I'll say, hey guys, it's coming out tomorrow, and then it comes out like 2 days after, which I really want to stop doing. But it takes me a while to put together the news reports and like the intros or the what else? The press conferences. Like those really do take more time. Like a lot of other people just stream. They just go out and stream, and then you get a video every day because there's no work when you stream. Not to say there's no work, but you know what I mean. There's no post work if I just go out and play. You know, I have to set up, but then I'm done. For me, I have to record, and then even so, the files. This is actually what kills me. The files of the video are insanely big. They're so huge. So even loading them onto my computer takes so much time. Then editing, I deal with the computer just being slow. So often there are times like if my computer and it's not like it's an old computer. I do need to get a new one, but it's not like it's that old. It's just that the file sizes are huge. So there are times, you know, if my computer worked how I wanted to work for editing, I would get videos out at least every other day, if not every day. But a lot of times, like I'll be editing and it'll just take so long. You'll see like I'm on a Mac, so you'll see the spinning wheel of death because everything's loading. And then I'm not able to get it out in time. And especially sometimes because Mexico have a chance here, but it's not censored well. Not upload, edit, and finish. Man, it's so hard for me to say the total time. Like for me to record, it'll take me like one episode could easily take me like 4 or 5 hours when I really add up all the time of recording, and then I basically cut that 4 or 5 hours down to down to like 40 minutes. So in the end, it must take me like easily like 12, 13 hours of video, if not more. Depends, sometimes it can be a bit quicker, but I don't stress myself out about it too much. I do it like, I have a plan for like how I do it and when I do it. So I really like doing it. I'm going to keep doing it. So no worries there, but it does take a while. But even then, I can do better at getting them out. I definitely can improve my process, and how I edit and how quickly I edit and how I use my time. So I'm definitely going to work to do that. How did I learn video editing? You really just have to do it. It's like anything in life. Nothing in life is impossible. You literally have to do it a lot of times. Right? Anything you're good at now, it's because you did it a lot. Anything you understand now, it's because you did it a lot. So with video editing, YouTube has so many amazing tutorials. And as you learn, like I Googled, I learned, I tried different things. I saw things I liked. I took notes on things I liked and said, well, I want to add this. Even now, I still not nearly satisfied with like what I could really do on the channel in terms of like my editing. There's stuff, I've gotten lazy sometimes with some of the editing sometimes. So there's stuff I used to do with like the Racing Santander or Hertha Berlin series that I really want to do again. But, I took a lot of time off this year. So I want to, get through this series. I kind of get some new stuff, but there's so much stuff I want to do. Like I really wanted to do more stuff with GTA, and use Grand Theft Auto. I have to learn how to match the underliner. That's funny. I'll talk to you about that in a second. But yeah, so there's even more I want to do. There's more fun stuff I want to do. So once this series is done, like I said, there'll be some new stuff on the channel. And now that I'm going live, maybe I could use this to just do some different types of content all the time and still have, so if I'm not putting up a video that's edited, I have something like this going on, and then the next day I'll do a video anyway. Villa, I use Final Cut Pro. But you could use, people use a lot of different things. But I learned Final Cut Pro first, so I'm really comfortable with it. As watch along has become an interview. It's so true. Well, that's because Mexico's doing nothing. I'm disappointed in this performance. What else is going on? When you change the kits, the design is great. Man, I love kit editing. You would not believe the kits I've not used for the Nottingham Forest Master League. I have so many kits I made, and then I was like, I don't love it, so I didn't use it. But different sponsors, totally different looking kits. So I really, I love kit editing. I'm always on Pez Master, checking them out. And match the underliner. So you mean the Under Armour that they wear? If you notice, sometimes it's just funny the way it works. Sometimes you'll see the Under Armour will have even the Adidas logo as well, like the 3 stripes. You missed the Racing Santander series. So do I. If anyone is new-ish to my channel and doesn't mind watching some early great tackle, that's an important challenge there by Mexico. If you don't mind watching some early Terry, which had technical difficulties and didn't really know what I was doing, but the Racing Santander series was an absolute blast. It's the first series I ever did. I uploaded that one daily, and I didn't have a lot of extra things in it, but just the football played in that series. It was such a journey and such a ride. We found a lot of hidden gems, which made that series so much fun. Players that we never thought would be that good. And I did some really cool goal compilation videos, which I really love. My top 25 PES 2021 full manual goals is one of my favorite videos I've ever worked on. And I actually still have a bunch of goals that I've meant to do another thing with, because I never did a goals of the series for my Fiorentina series. And the Fiorentina series I thought had some ridiculous goals. And then I never did one for Hertha Berlin. So between Fiorentina, Hertha Berlin, and Nottingham Forest, I have a ton of full manual goals that I wanted to put together in one video. But I'll probably do one for the Forest series specifically when it's over, where I'll do like a top, 50 full manual goals or something for Nottingham Forest. But I will look to go through some of the old footage and put together, other really cool stuff from some of the other videos. I met Argentina here on the edge of the box looking for a second. That's a great goal. What a finish. Enzo Fernandez. That is a beautiful goal. Argentina 2, Mexico 0. They take care of business. Fantastic stuff. Damn, the webcam is lagging. I'm sorry about that, guys. What a finish. Wow, that's a great goal. All right, we move on. What a moment. What a moment for Enzo. He's going to be moving soon to a very big club, and everyone's going to know his name soon. Lionel Messi will never, he's hugging him like, thank you. I love you. You have no idea how much this means to me. This is a brilliant goal. And this is a brilliant goal. He's not a holding midfielder per se, from a center midfielder. Wow, what a, just perfection. That's one of the goals of the tournament. That's one of the goals of the tournament. Argentina scores some really fantastic goals. The technique, exquisite. Ochoa's not reaching that. 2-0. Argentina.
Watching him play.
And everything is right again. What a goal. They deserve it. Mexico will port.
At a World Cup. It gives the second goal for Argentina to, as you said, John, slam that door shot.
Nas, you missed the Racing Santander series. Of course. What a moment. What a moment. We had some really incredible times with them. João Pedro. João Pedro. Electric. I've been talking about this on stream the past couple times, but I really, really want to put Kenzo Tanaka, peak Kenzo Tanaka, and peak João Pedro together on a team as a front line, with Kenzo supporting João Pedro. And just watch that team play football. I just want to see that. There are a couple other players. I was thinking about my favorite. Let me see if I can look up the gameplay mod for you, man. Let's go in the comments. Let me see. Yeah. Oh my God, Altamendi kicked in the face. I feel your pain. So let me just love this gameplay mod. I want to get this for you guys. Gameplay mod. Okay. I'm gonna paste the mod in here, guys. That's the mod. I just posted it. Nas, I would love to see your kits. I love seeing kits. I have the Pez Master Plus membership, guys. So I can have like a ton of kits. I think I have so many kits on Pez Master that I've used and not used. So I just love I love creating kits. I love seeing kits. Yep, it's Holland. Yep. In the top 50 goals from the Forest ML, you bet that Tanaka has half of them. Would not be surprised. Would not be surprised. There's some screamers. Tanaka, I mean, I still think, I'm trying to think. Omar Richards scored a goal this season that will 1,000,000% be there. I know, so he definitely has a goal up there. Shelderup has a half volley that's going to be there for sure. Who else? Any other crazy? Llorente, I think Llorente has a goal that's going to be there. Oh, it's been crashing with that? Hasn't given me any issues. I've been using this gameplay mod for literally almost a year, if not more than a year. It's always worked for me. But What else? What else? What other goals are gonna be there? I know the Tanaka chip against Cardiff City has to be, all the way up there. But even that, if you guys are watching the new episodes, the volley from Nikolov against Barcelona, I thought was really, really excellent. And there are gonna be some goals that'll be like good build up and stuff too. So I'm excited to go back through the footage when we finish the series and see which goals will make it. Yeah, Brennan Johnson. Brennan Johnson has one goal I remember really well. I think it was like a low strike, I think, with the left foot. Incredible. What's the injury mod? Does it just increase the severity? Because I know the UML mod, what it did, I'm pretty sure, is it put everyone on injuries, the injury resistance at 1, but every player with that. So because of that, while the long-term injuries you still don't get enough, I think, you get players injured all the time. I've had so many players miss important matches this season for Forest, just because they pick up these 1-2 week injuries. So right now, I actually would not increase the amount of injuries. I think it would actually be excessive currently, in terms of like what's working with the UML mod. Because if everyone's on a 1 injury, they tend to pick up 1 and 2 week injuries quickly. Now, I did have, I think, 2 long-term injuries only. That's where, obviously you'd like to see more. But Tanaka missed the end of one season, I remember, like 8 weeks. And I think Joelson also missed 8 to 12 weeks once. So I had 2 guys miss a lot of time. But let me know if that's with the UML mod. But I felt like the UML mod, I've had quite a few injuries. Messi must feel so much relief. No, I know he feels relief. There's a lot of pressure on this one now. We'll see what happens in Argentina and Poland. It's a good ball in. Oh, Mexico won to... Oof. Mexico just... Again, I'm telling you, as a football nation, how many people are in Mexico? Population is massive. 130 million people. 130 million people. They should be an elite footballing nation. They have no excuse. A lot of other countries that have a big population don't have a sport that loves the beautiful game. Right? You look at some of the Asian populations where I'm thinking of India, Bangladesh, Pakistan. They play cricket. Indonesia. It's not... Is that a Rabona? Did he just do a Rabona? Regardless. There's other sports competing. In Mexico, football is king. And, it's such a shame that they're not better than this. I think the football world deserves a very good Mexico because they have the talent too. I just feel like it does never hit the level it should. Now as remembers, Alex Mighton. I almost brought him back. We were very close. End of the last season, when we were prepping for the Champions League team we built this year, I was looking at bringing back both Alex Mighton and Brennan Johnson. I was gonna sell Joelson because he's worth quite a bit. I was gonna sell Joelson and then use that to bring in both Brennan Johnson and Alex Mighton. The way I looked at it is like Broja left, so Brennan Johnson replaced Broja, and that's the other one I'm giving you, or Alex Mighton would have replaced Joelson. But in the end, I just went for Brennan Johnson. But I felt like I wanted to, and I even thought about bringing back Harvey Westwood. Mentioned that yesterday as well. Oh, there's Messi. He's dribbling. So I did think about bringing back Harvey Westwood as like a last dance. Maybe to be a backup. But, after he scored, I think a hat-trick against us last year, or 4 goals or whatever he did, and he celebrated, and he danced at the Brian Clough Park. Disrespectful. John Joe Shelby. A lovely player. I love John Joe Shelby. In the Newcastle, doing like a Newcastle one now kind of feels, too common. But I was a big John Joe Shelby fan. I used to do Master Leagues with Newcastle a lot back in the day when I was just playing for fun. Spain, Germany, watch along tomorrow. What do you think, guys? What do you think? ¿Por qué no? Is it the late game again? I believe it is, right? It must be. Yes, it is. Yeah. You know what? Let's make it a thing, guys. I'm gonna do. I will do a watch along tomorrow for Spain, Germany, in Malaga. Yo, people have really been requesting Malaga. I really do want to do Malaga. Like, so my plan, like I said, guys, is after Nottingham Forest, I'm gonna do a long Master League. It will be, if I really want to see if I can do like a 10-15 season Master League. Now, I'm gonna make sure it does not last too long, right? In terms of actual time, I'm gonna make sure I put a lot of content into one video. I think what I might start doing, guys, is for smaller games. I don't want to simulate. A lot of people simulate games. I don't know why. I just like playing. I like playing the game so much. So I really don't want to simulate even the smaller games because I think it's a chance to use young players and really get to use them and see how they are. But I think what I will do is maybe put together a lot of these smaller games that only show the goals. Don't do highlights for those. And then show highlights for the bigger games. So maybe I'll just show you the goals in some of the smaller matches. And so I can fit more into one video. But I want to do a long, 10 season Master League. We will be starting somewhere, I think, outside of Europe, which I mentioned. We're going to try to win. Maybe in South America, I think everything is, all signs are pointing to South America now. Right? We're going to play with them. We're going to, after time, we are going to move, but we're going to move based on what's going on in the football universe we have created, right? We're going to look at, okay, so, in the Netherlands, right? Let's say Vitesse Arnhem come third. We might say, hey, that's an attractive job to take. So we're going to go play with them. Maybe we can get them into the top 2 in the Netherlands, in the Eredivisie, right? We're going to see if a player that we like has moved somewhere. What if we see that a young player has been transferred to a team we're surprised about, and we go to that team and now we build that team around that player? We're going to see if a giant, right? If Chelsea are 14th in the table, right? We're going to go to Chelsea, sell a lot of their players, because if they're 14th, those players would want to move on. So we'll go there, sell those players, and rebuild Chelsea, right? Maybe we cut the budget because that's what would have happened in real life. So I'm really planning to do that based on what happens in the universe. I don't want to predict what's going to happen. But my goal is we'll stay at each team for minimum 1 season, of course. We can't do less than 1 season. I guess you could do half a year. We're going to do minimum 1 season. We're going to try to stay 2 seasons at most teams. But depending on what's going on and how you guys feel, we will consider maybe staying for 3 seasons. We're going to look at different challenges, right? Maybe we want to win 3 Champions Leagues with a team. Maybe... we'll find a team where we create a storyline and something happens. I have no idea. We're gonna base it on what you guys think in the comments, and we're gonna see what happens. But I'm really excited because I'm also gonna create. I can't tell you how many, but I'm gonna try to create a lot of original players. So just like your Kenzo Tanakas and your Abu and Zibo, if you remember from the past. Who else did I have? That were, obviously in this series you see Vasil Nikolov, Valentin Fonseca. I really love creating like these youth players, so I'm gonna maybe try to create a bunch of youth players from different parts of the world and just put them out there. Put them on big teams, on small teams, and we will see how they develop and grow over time. Some of them we'll purchase, some of them may be our rival. There'll be a lot there. You guys will get to know the players, and then every season we'll have some new players coming in. So I'm excited for that. How will I get around regions? So here's the plan. Obviously, I can't replace the entire game, but I am going to be editing over a ton of regens throughout me doing the series. This is how much work I'm going to put into this for you guys. So I can't say I'm going to do... every year what I'm going to do is look at the most problematic regens. Let's put it that way, right? So... first of all, there'll be a lot of, because I'm using the UML mod, a lot of young players will develop anyway. So you will be seeing real life young players doing well and doing better. So you won't really see the regens ruining the game as much as you would normally, right? So first off, that will help. But what I will do is I will override, but I'm gonna edit and create a lot of new players over the regens. So you'll see kind of like new youth team guys coming in every year. And maybe what I could do, if you guys tell me in the comments if you think this would be cool, I could do something like a Wonder Kid watch. So at the start of every new season, I can show you guys maybe the 10 new Wonder Kids that I've kind of like recreated. So we don't have regens, and you guys can get a fit for, oh, okay, this new guy is in the Chelsea Academy. This guy is coming out of Brazil. And you guys can get a look at who are the new young players every year, so we can keep track of them. So I can add something like that in. I think that could be a lot of fun. But so like I said, I don't like regens at all. It's the one thing that's been ruining Master League for how many years now? I can't even tell you. So I will not be having that in my series. But if I ever miss one, maybe I get to the game and I realize one's in there, I'm sorry, but I'm going to do my best to really catch these guys, recreate over them, and then you'll see a bunch of new guys popping up, creating careers, creating stories, doing great things. So in my mind, this can work really well, and I hope it won't get too stale because we'll be moving kind of frequently. But it'll be really cool to see like which teams, change over time, and if we leave a team, it'll be interesting to see how that team does after we're gone. So I'm really excited for that series. We'll be starting next week. This match is over now, so I'm going to go record the end of the Nottingham Forest Master League. But if you guys were listening to all that, let me know in the comments what you think about that idea. If you like it, if you're excited about it, and any ideas you may have for this series. But I really want to get through this, and it'll be really fun. We'll have new kits every season. We'll move stadiums for some teams. Maybe some teams have to play in smaller stadiums because they've lost money. There will be a lot of change and development over this series, and hopefully I can make something that you guys will enjoy and find exciting. There we go. That's the new series. So Malaga, Las Palmas. I'm a big fan of Spanish football, guys. I would love to play for these teams. Las Palmas, they have a young player now. I think his name is it Moliero? I think he's excellent. He is like the new Pedri in a sense. Pedri was at Las Palmas. He was a big talent. If you remember, guys, Pedri was on the Racing Santander Master League team for 2 seasons, and we eventually sold him. But we brought him in as a young talent, and he did have one really well-taken goal. You saw his technical quality even back then. So I definitely love Spain. So we'll be going to Spain. Like I said, in my vision of how this works, we're going to start off in South America, do something there 1 or 2 seasons. Maybe we do 2 different leagues in South America. We'll see. We'll get to Europe, maybe a smaller league, then get to the big leagues. But if we do well, maybe we can go to a bigger team. If we do poorly, maybe we now have to go, let's say we get fired in the Prem, or we're not playing well in the Prem. Now we get fired, it doesn't work out. Now we have to go to the Turkish league and try to rebuild our reputation in the footballing world. So we will see what makes sense. Is there a World Cup in ML? There certainly is. I haven't actually picked being a national team for any of the series I've done so far. I was thinking about doing it for Forest, but what I will do with this new series is I will take national jobs as well. So it'd be really fun to see us move through different national teams. And because I'll be editing over the regens and doing all that really cool stuff, we can see some national teams kind of develop as well. Because some of these regens that come through end up being way better than the player that retired. So, you might see some countries rebuild. So it'd be really fun to play with like a smaller footballing nation and kind of develop them over time. And maybe we sign that player for our club. So we're playing with the same player, club, and country. Like, how cool would it have been in this series to be playing with Japan as well? You know what I mean? So if you're playing with Japan right now, as well as playing with Kenzo with Nottingham Forest, we get to see him also in a World Cup or an Asian Cup. So definitely could be cool. Don't block. I never block offers for high. I have no problem in big teams coming for my players. Of course, it would hurt. But if you watch the Forest Master League, we've lost quite a few players to... Okay, he said it's included, so it's coming soon. Okay, yeah. We've lost quite a few players in the Nottingham Forest Master League to bigger teams or release clauses. So I don't want to block anything. That's real football. I hate the idea of we're going to keep this player no matter what. Now, the one thing that's happened in the Forest Master League, which is just weird, is that Kenzo there's never been a serious bid for Kenzo Tanaka. It's come from small teams. I've never had a bid for him, which has been surprising. I'm not complaining, obviously. But the truth is, in real life, I would say maybe 2 seasons ago, we would have gotten like a ridiculous 80 million euro bid for Kenzo Tanaka. And we might have lost him. So I don't care because now he's become a legend for the club, over 100 goals. But, we will see what happens with this series. That definitely can happen. Oh, Hydra, you missed. You missed. You would have loved what we were talking about. We were talking about the new series. Maybe do. Okay, so let's go back. He says. Okay, all the way back. Nas says he's considering doing an ML on PES 2013, but the gameplay is too fast. Yeah, I mean, PES 2013 is a really well-made game. I've actually thought about doing retro Master Leagues. Perhaps, guys, that's something I can do on stream. So let me know if you would like to see retro Master Leagues on stream. That could be something fun. So maybe I do the PES 2021 Master Leagues, how I'm doing them now, but I stream some retro ones at times. That could be really cool. Yeah, the gameplay is quick, especially looking back. If you play it again, it's faster than you would remembered. So maybe there are some mods for it, but it's still such a well-made, fun game. One of the best PES games of all time. Let's see. Brian says he's going to miss the NFML, but excited about the new ideas for the new journey. Really poor side and move in. Yeah, listen, I've been doing this Nottingham Forest Master League for far too long. I think it's almost a year, like literally a full actual year. That happened because I stopped for like 4 months, but I feel the same way. This is going to be my last ever recording of it tonight, so I'm emotional, but it's fine. It was a good run, and sometimes I even go back and watch some of the episodes because you can get into it. I love this team. It's been a good journey, but I'm glad it's gonna be there. It's gonna have a playlist. You can watch it at any time. Like I've told people new to the channel, which one? The Racing Santander, the Fiorentina, the Hertha Berlin. You can go back and watch those series if you're waiting for new episodes sometimes, because it has a lot of the same stuff you would like about the Forest series, except it's all finished. You won't have to wait for me to take forever to do a video. So yeah, I'm excited to move on and do something new as well, and hopefully do bigger and better. And I'm excited next year, hopefully, to get some kind of offline for eFootball. I don't love eFootball. I think it still needs work, but I do know once we get offline gameplay, what the PC modding community is going to be able to do for this game is going to make it so much more playable. And I'm really excited to kind of get my hands on something new, of course, but also have the PC mods. If you don't have a PC, I took a long time to get it, but it's a game changer. It changes your future with PES games. So I really, I suggest if you can, save up, find a way to afford it. It's really worth it. Qatar's been added to PES. Saw a tweet from Virtua Red that the World Cup is included and 5.1 is coming soon. Awesome. Maybe do a Kenzo Bao. Not a bad idea at all. Now, I wouldn't do that right now, guys, only because we've already done so much Kenzo stuff. Like, I've been doing so much stuff with Kenzo Tanaka for the past few months, year, like I said. So I'll probably take a little break from that. But a Kenzo Tanaka Bao is really cool. Also, I really like the idea of kind of creating this football universe with all the kind of random guys that pop up. So, Kenzo Tanaka, Habu and Zibo, who we had with Hertha Berlin. If you really remember well, with Fiorentina, we had a player who never really panned out, I thought, but Sali Idrisu, who was like a Senegalese, I think, attacking midfielder. We also had No, Idrisu wasn't Senegalese. I think Nzibo was Senegalese. I'm forgetting all this now. But we also had another fun player with Fiorentina. I think Acevedo. So we had a Ramon Vega. All these random guys that I create. So I'm gonna keep using these guys and have them reappear in the Terry PES multiverse at different times. Definitely over the years we can create some really cool people, some characters. Nakatao is someone I never really completed the journey with, so we'll see. Yeah, we can have him on a top 16. That could be fun. Brian said during his ML journey, I took an international job and it wasn't as good as I expected. He said he'd avoid it. So the funny thing is, Brian, that's why I haven't done it. When I was younger, just playing offline for fun, I do remember doing the hybrid, international match as well, international job as well as the club job. And I remember wanting to skip all the friendlies, right? I remember feeling like, oh my god, I hate this. I want to skip this. It feels exciting, but it's not as exciting as you think when you're really doing it. Because when you play a Master League, you get so into the transfers and the player development, and international football feels like a distraction. So what I will do with the series, like I said, I will I do plan to do international jobs, but I don't know if I'm gonna do it every single year. So we can see how things are going. You know, maybe at the beginning we just kind of start things off, and once I have a bit of a footing, then I get offered a job, and then I take that job, right? And now I'm maybe with a team for a 2-year cycle where I prepare for the World Cup. One thing I will do, which I'm really excited about, and it's how I always approach anytime I play with an international team in PES or any kind of like Master League or anything, I really try to treat it as a real selection process for tournaments. If I remember correctly, maybe PES 2014, I think, had the World Cup mode. And you basically played through qualifying, right? And PES 6 had this as well, which is where I really remember it. But you can basically play through, I think it was called International Challenge. Yes, PES 6 International Challenge. You can play through qualifying, and you know, you could try out a ton of different players and see what systems work. I thought it was so much fun. So it's something I want to do. So I definitely want to, you know, get into some national teams and work with them for like a 2-year cycle. And within those 2 years, guys, I am not just picking a team based on the rating. I'm gonna give so many players with lower ratings chances to play. If I see, for example, let's say I get a job with Poland, right? So I'm playing with Poland, and I look around the world and I see that a Polish striker is leading the top scoring charts in Segunda, in the second division in Spain, right? I'm gonna give that guy a chance to play on the national team, right? In a friendly. Yeah, he may be 73 rated, but if he's playing well, I'm gonna give him a chance. So I'm gonna really try to run my international experience like that. You know, if we do those jobs, so I'm excited to do something like that. We'll see some players who you may never think of become national heroes. Potentially, we play with some small nations, maybe take some small nations to the World Cup and see what we can do. So it's something I'm excited to do, and I want to add this onto what I'm doing in this new series. Bert says a realistic transfer mod. I think UML, the last UML, really made an effort to make things more realistic. I haven't tried it out yet, but I know the guy, he does some amazing work. He's such a cool dude. So I think he did try to put some transfer stuff in it. I think he even mentioned there's a something where maybe players actually go on loans to affiliate clubs. You know what I mean? So you know how like Manchester City, for example, send players on loan to Girona in La Liga all the time because I think they're owned by the same people. And you know, you would see Chelsea and Vitesse Arnhem in the past. You know, players move from Salzburg to Leipzig, as we know as well, through Red Bull. So I think UML, if I remember correctly, it did say they included something like that. So hoping that can work. Take care, Villa. I know you might have left already because I was talking a lot, but thank you for being on the stream. I really appreciate it. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm gonna come on for Spain and Germany. Why were you missing for 4 months? I actually work. I work in football, guys. In my real life, I do media stuff. For stuff in Europe. Let's just put it that way. I do work with a football league and team, and I do some media stuff, editing and things like that for them. So my real job is a lot sometimes. Not like in a bad way. Like I'm chilling. I'm not like much stressed by it. Like it's cool and I love it. You know. I used to be a football reporter, so I used to go to Europe. And do some stuff there. So from there, I kind of work more on the team side now, but I do some stuff there. So sometimes I get really busy. But also, like, to be honest, I just didn't feel like recording as well. So I was fine. I was just trying to find the right time to get back into it. And I've recorded a couple episodes, but then I lost some stuff. So I just kind of forgot about it, but I don't plan to take a break that long anymore. You should do this thing in the series where you can show tweets of one of your players rumored to go to another club or players coming into your club. I know what you're talking about. I think this big guy, what's his name? S2G. He does stuff like this where he does a lot of like engagement with Twitter and stuff like that. So I do want to do, I definitely will do stuff like that. And have some fun elements of how these personalities are playing together in Master League. Brian said is watching current season. We're back to watching current season. Okay, yeah, Brian, awesome. So I'm glad that you got some fun out of going back and watching that when you joined the channel. I appreciate you here. I appreciate everyone here, guys. I really love being able to share this Master League stuff with you guys. It's stuff I've been doing since a kid, just to playing when I'm playing PES by myself. So it's really fun to do it and edit the videos and put together storylines and, you know, engage with people. It's a good time. Ronaldo. I am Mr. Burt. I am from Trinidad. I was born in America, but I grew up in Trinidad. Are you Trini too? Because that would be funny, but you recognize the accent. So good job. Alright guys, I'm going to get off in like the next 5 to 10 minutes. If you guys have any questions, or if you guys, you want to do a watch along, we can do a watch along of something. We'll watch something fun. Maybe some, let's do when football becomes art. Let me know, which player should I watch this for when football becomes art? We watch one of these before I get off stream. Oh, you're Jamaican. That's what's up, bro. My girlfriend is Jamaican. Oh, real life youth players. That's what's up, man. That makes sense. That would be cool. That would be cool specifically because, you know, we get to see... I mean, my only issue with bringing in real life youth players is this. I would have to pay someone. If there's no face made, I'd have to pay someone to make their faces, right? Like Lamine Yamal. I know, Yamin Lamal, incredible from Barcelona. The only issue for me with that is I wouldn't be able to get real faces for a lot of them. And now that I've been playing on PC and I realize I can get a face for every single player, I'm so annoyed by seeing generic faces now. You know, I don't even want to use a face that's not the player. So one of the things with the youth players is like, yeah, I could get these youth guys, but a lot of them I wouldn't be able to get their face unless I paid a face maker. And then, like, I don't make like any money from YouTube, so it's not like I can use money from YouTube to pay them. So I don't want to get in the habit of having to pay for a bunch of face makers to do youth team players. So I rather make my own players from scratch. But I will, you know, before I start that, I will definitely look to incorporate as many real life players as I can. When I see VRED 5.1 and add in the UML mod and all that stuff, I'll definitely look to do that. But let me know, guys, which players do you guys want to see me watch when football becomes art of? Who do you want to see? You know, let me know. I could do names of subscribers. Sometimes I don't want to do names of subscribers, but then I like doing countries of subscribers, right? So like in Fiorentina, I had a Jamaican, they have a Jamaican left back. I think I might have had a Jamaican left back. So I want to, I want to definitely use the countries you guys are from, but sometimes I don't want to make like the exact player. So then a lot of other people could also identify with the player. If I made Nas Tanaka, then it's only you, Nas. A lot of views, but not that many subs. I mean, yeah, the YouTube algorithm is weird. You said Richarlison or Trent, so let's watch. You know what? I'm overriding this, guys. I'm sorry, I asked, but let's watch Dimitar Berbatov. I've not watched a Dimitar Berbatov video in a long time. Oh, you're from Sudan. Shout out to you, man. We'll have a Sudanese player on the team. Yeah, let's watch Dimitar Berbatov. An absolute genius with the ball at his feet. Who can forget this move? on the touchline for Manchester United. Incredible. Let the audio play. Dimitar, the casual genius. Look at that. Stops it dead. Like a peak Marcelo. I love players like this because I was never a player like this. Who can forget this move? I'm more of an energy guy. I'm getting an echo. Hold up. I'm more of an energy guy. I'm decent. I was okay on the ball, but I was never like one of these type of players. The casual genius. Look at that. Stops it dead. Like a peak Marcelo. I love players like this. Oh, you guys can't see the screen? Hi. I'm gonna figure this out. I'm more of an energy guy. I'm getting an echo. Hold up. I'm more of an energy guy. I'm decent. I was okay on the ball, but I was never like one of these type of players. A casual genius. What about now, guys? Is it showing well? If it's not showing well, I gotta learn. Gotta learn how to do all this stuff. I love players like this. Oh, you guys can't see the screen? Hi. I'm gonna figure this out. Alright, everything looks like it's slowed down for me. Let me know if it's the same. Oh, this is the move. Dimitar Berbatov. And Ronaldo gets in there, taps it in. It's incredible. Just his use of space, his touch, his technique. The Zidane of center forwards. Yeah, I miss players like this. Who's the best Bulgarian player at the moment? I feel Bulgaria hasn't been producing as many big talents as before. Wayne Rooney. It's lagging. All right, guys, I'm out. I'm gonna stop it. Alright guys, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna go record this finale because Hydra says he hopes we see the finale tomorrow. So I'm gonna try to live up to it. No, I will. I'm gonna work really hard. I'm gonna get this done so we can finish off this series. Like I said, it may not be the finale, depending on how far we go. And these matches, oh my god guys, I'm losing hair. I'm getting gray hairs playing these matches because this next episode is going to be, so far I'm halfway through it and it's already absolutely ridiculous. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. Let me go record what I need to record and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm definitely going to try to come on stream again for the Spain-Germany match. Thank you guys for joining yet again. This is fun doing the streaming. I'm going to get some content out streaming too soon enough. But really appreciate you guys. Stay safe, take care. And I'll see you guys next time. Next time I gotta say that and end the stream as I say it. What do you mean make the Champions League interesting? We already had that comeback against Atletico. Nothing will be crazier than that. But I'm trying my best. You haven't seen who we've drawn in the round in the quarterfinals. Why would they do this to us? Alright guys, so this is it. For real. Peace. Thank you for watching guys. Take care.